It was upsetting. I mean, I knew Roman Polanski and Sharon Tate. God, it was a rough time. It stopped everyone in their tracks because suddenly all this violence came out in the midst of all this love and peace and psychedelia. It was pretty miserable, actually, and everyone got really insecure. Not just us, not the rockers, but everyone in LA. They felt, oh God, it can happen to anybody. Thank God they caught the bugger. Ringo Starr.
Yeah, Ringo. Whoa, let me get the right. Love you, Tommy. I've had nightmares about that.
His acid hasn't kicked in yet.
Blackbird singing in the dead of night. Take these broken wings and learn to fly. All your life, you were only waiting for this moment to rise. Blackbird singing in the dead of night. Take these sunken eyes and learn to see. All your life, you were only waiting for this moment to be free. Blackbird fly. Blackbird fly into the light of the dark black night. Blackbird fly, blackbird fly into the light of the dark black night. Blackbird singing in the dead of night. Take these sunken eyes and learn to see. All your life, you are only waiting for this moment to be free. You are only waiting for this moment to be free. You are only waiting for this moment to be free.
Good evening. Lynette Alice Squeaky Frog, cult member, arrested today. In raid, sentenced 1969 today. Willful destruction of private property. Conspiracy to, in connection with, a communal colony living in the Santa Susana Mountains. Living as survivalists in Death Valley. The so-called family members questioned this week, helter skelter. 7 counts, multiple conspiracy to commit Sharon Tate. 26, accessory to conviction of mass hysteria. Media circus, the family sat lightly clothed in the cool wind of an approaching storm, singing songs and waiting for officers. Lynette Frog, 1970. Arraigned today, sentenced today, contempt of court, obstruction of justice, conspiracy to commit LSD hamburger. Convicted today, released today, 1971. Suspected of, convicted of, multiple counts of crimes related to loitering, trespassing on county property, attempted murder, arrested today, released today. 1972, Stockton, California. Accessory to murder, just visiting a friend in the Aryan Brotherhood. Question today, released today, sentence today. '74 today. 1975, Lynette Fromm, Sandra Good, Red and Blue, a couple of girls, last remaining loyalists to. A new religion, the Order of the Rainbow, aka ATWA. The International People's Court of Retribution, a fictitious environmental terrorist group suspected of investigation into death threats sent, hundreds of letters, logging corporations, California Redwoods, threatening threats. 1975 today. 1974, a spectrographic study of California smog. New York Times EPA report, President Ford. Relaxing provisions, reversal of, amendment to the stripping of 1963 Clean Air Act. 1972 Clean Water Act, Jerry Ford. In the pocket, corporate pollution, the government conspiracy, Fromm and Good, Red and Blue. September 1975. Sacramento's Capitol Park. Late in the evening, an apartment on P Street. Gerald R. Ford arriving tomorrow. A loaded cold automatic pistol. A woman in red, 26 years old. Intention to conspiracy, premeditation of assassinate the President of the United States.
Charlie? Charlie? Are you there? Remember when you said, I am you and you are me? It's all a dream. We have a plan. We have the doom buggies. We have a plan. Execute the plan. Well, now I don't know. I just don't know how it's supposed to go. I do know it's already written. It's already happening. It's already happened. It's already done. I see it in my mind's eye, like a dream already written. I just have to go and do what's already done, what feels right. Freedom's just another word for nothing left to lose. All this time I keep telling myself, I said to myself, someday we'll be together again. I just know it. And I'm not worried about it at all. I know you're here right now. Yes, I'm listening. You know I've always listened to everything you've ever said. I remember you said, if you want something done right. I learned that from you. And that's what I want to talk to you about. I'm sending you a present. It's a surprise. Maybe you can guess. I bet you already know. The most beautiful thing in the whole world. I have it now. I have the vest. I can't believe it either. You know I've been trying to get it back for such a long, long time. Well, I finally did. And as soon as I saw it, I remembered exactly. I remembered the day. Remember? I had that embroidery of 2 trees that I wanted to keep. And I didn't even think about it. I just sewed it on your vest. Because I wanted you to have something for me. Because you let me in on feeling. I didn't know how to feel until you cracked the shell. So it was a symbol for love. And remember we went up to that waterfall? And I realized that the two trees needed water, so I stitched in the river right away. And putting it between the two trees meant balance to me. Then I put the lady above the river, and at her feet were fish. Remember? She was the air and the water. And then I put another lady in a waterfall, and she was the sky and the earth. And then I started stitching and stitching all the pictures I saw in my head, everything you taught us about nature and the forces of life, the balance of the earth. And then we started passing it around. And all the girls sewed all the stories of all the things we saw and did and felt. Every one of us did something on it. We wove our love, our hair, our blood. We let it soak into the threads. All that magic, all that power, all for you. You know what's funny? I suddenly see it so clearly now. ATWA. That's for air, trees, water, animals, and all the way alive. Everything Sandra and I have been working on. ATWA. The Order of the Rainbow. It's all part of the picture, and it was there all along in the vest, right from the beginning. I had those two trees, and I wanted you to have it because Charlie, listen, it's very important that I'm sending it now. I'm sending it to protect you, to protect us. I'm going to make a statement about the trees and make it look like you always said that it's important what it looks like. Well, I'm going to make a real statement, you'll see. I'm going to save the trees. Charlie, are you there? I've been getting information from mango slices. They've been telling me things. Quantum fields of information, channeling messages from the Palladium. Remember back in March when I had those visions about Jimmy? And then someone called just out of the blue and told me that Led Zeppelin was playing in LA. It was a sign, a very clear sign. Remember, I went all the way down to LA to see him. Because I couldn't wait for him to come to Sacramento. There just wasn't time. Remember, I went all the way down there to their hotel to warn him about the bad energy, about my visions. It was for him, not for me. I was trying to help him. I explained all this to Danny Goldberg, you know, the guy who works for him. I told him that Jimmy was in imminent danger. And you know, I could tell right away he just didn't care. Goldberg, I mean. He just said, yeah. Come back tomorrow night. But I knew tomorrow night would probably be too late. So I wrote Jimmy a note and I gave it to Goldberg to give to him. Did I tell you that someone told me later that Goldberg didn't even give it to him? Can you believe it? He had this very important information. And he didn't even care. I was thinking about this today. And I realized he's just part of the system. And the system doesn't care about you or me or even Jimmy Page. Someone told me My note was burned. What kind of person does that? Charlie, remember when you said to misunderstand is to understand? That you have to understand that people won't understand. That some things can never be understood. And once you understand that, then you're free. Well, there's something I don't understand. I just heard. I got a phone call, you know? I just heard something and it doesn't make any sense. I can't even say. I just heard. About what you did with the vest. You know, I only sent it because I thought it could help you if you had it. I only sent it so you could have its power, not so you could cut it up. Do you know how much time it took to create the life in that vest? It was pure magic. Just magic. The history. It was the history of the family. The whole history. All of it. Remember, we always said it signified devotion. Total devotion. You get that. You knew that. It meant so much to us. It meant everything. Everything beautiful. How could you go and destroy it? The most beautiful thing in the world. It was life. I simply don't understand why you could just went and just cut it up or ruin all that love. I just don't. I am listening. Yes. They told me what you said. I heard what you said. You said it will always live in my mind, where no one can destroy it or take it away from me. But yes, I am listening. Yes. I'm still. I'm being still. Yes. I can see. It's here. I see. Love. Freedom. Love. I will always live in my mind. can destroy it or take it away from you. Yes, I understand. I do understand. I do. And I don't.